week. I'm here to talk about the Oscars a little bit.
So, Scribe, now that you have embodied the Oscars, can you answer the one question we all have? Do you have genitalia?
Yes, but it's politically incorrect for me to discuss it.
I think it's being hidden by the sword.
No, that the sword is the genitalia.
It is the genitalia.
That's the secret that they don't tell you. See, I'm actually just holding a hilt.
Oh, nice.
And everything else is just au natural.
Wow. Well endowed.
I know. Yeah, I'm like a Milton Berle.
Speaking of Oscars, we also have Oscar the Grouch here. How you doing, Chris?
Terrible.
You look like I feel. Very grouchy.
I am your spirit Muppet today, Tom.
Only I don't love trash like he does.
Oh, well.
Unless you count like B movies as trash, man.
I was
not to love. Come on. Trashy movies.
I love trash. I can't really do.
That's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. You guys have been trying to get me to sing. I'm not going to do that right now, but I am glad to be here. Very, very excited. What a show. Can't wait to talk about the Oscars.
Well, we got some Oscars and Captain America bombing, even though it's the 3 weeks at #1.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about that. I don't know where Culture's at. That's a good question. Where's Culture Casino? Should we call him? Ask him where he's at.
Phone a friend.
Yeah, find him on my thingy. Culture Casino.
If you find Culture on your thingy, we got other issues to talk about.
Yeah, that's right. You got a point there.
I know what I want to talk about.
I don't know what he has for his message thing.
Who watched the Oscars last night? Let's get a count.
The only person who did was Paul.
Paul, you are our savior today, sir.
Which I'm curious what the ratings were.
Do you, Paul, you watched it all start to finish?
Start to finish. 7 o'clock, all the way through.
Where are you at?
Any surprises?
Hey, where you at?
Surprises? Well, I mean, 2 surprises. One, just how neutral it was. But on the other hand, how it will never go back to the old days. And I'm not even talking about the movies. I'm talking about the raconteurs, like the Ustinovs and the just people who had stories and wit and could add a real personal journey moment to both the presentation and their acceptance speeches. There's just Hollywood is just filled with dullards.
Yeah.
That's my conclusion. Not a lot of wit, fun in the bunch.
And
I think that's part of
these things again. I think
that is part of the fun of what it was like to have the Oscars back in the day. But at least it was a nice, shiny event without much in the way of controversies. And I thought Conan was a lot of fun.
Now, this is the first one I actually did not watch in forever, actually ever, to be honest with you. And we have Culture Casino finally joining us. He got the phone call.
Hey,
Culture.
We can't hear you, but
you're muted though.
Sounds great though, buddy.
What's funny is I was desperately trying to get on, and the internet was not cooperating with me. So right as Tom is calling, I'm like, I'm coming.
I was calling you on the air. I'm like, shit, I don't remember what his answering machine thing is. It's just like, leave a message.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just me being super friendly. Yeah. Yeah. 85% of the phone calls on that phone are spam. So, but, and again, when you called, spam. But anyway, no, I'm glad to be here. And sorry I was late. I apologize. So,
well, good morning. We're glad
I heard we were talking about the Oscars, and
unfortunately.
Yeah, I kind of wish they were better. I will agree with Paul. What I did get to see was Conan being Conan, which I kind of like. All last night did, or I should say, all the clips that I watched, it made me miss him. It made me miss Conan. And you're still dressed fancy, Paul. What
that's because I've been up all night partying with all the glitterati
in Canada.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of dressing Culture, maybe this is just a too deep of a cut, but are you wearing a Logan's Run t-shirt?
Yeah.
Hey, my trivia's on point today.
It is actually.
Thank goodness.
I bought this polo shirt, this golf polo, because it looked like Logan's Run. So
Okay, I saw that. I'm thinking, either I'm just the biggest nerd in the world,
No,
or
I
it's just a
had
coincidence.
I
Okay.
had to get it. I had to get
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
Run,
Okay,
Logan.
but then the question
Run.
is, are you 30?
Yeah.
And, well, I would have already
Times
been.
2, Paul.
Carousel, carousel.
God.
Carousel, time to go to the
Time to
carousel
go.
culture.
No thanks. No thanks.
Time to get rid of you.
I
Yep.
think, do they televise the Razzies at all, or is that just
No,
sort of-
they should, but the
Yeah,
Razzies
they
aren't what
should.
they used to be either. The Razzies are just as woke as the Oscars are
Yeah,
now.
it's worse.
Because, like, in real world, Amelia Perez would have won all the Razzies.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Like any other year. Like, and let's be fair, like, that's the one bullet we did dodge this year is if
Yeah.
it wasn't for the fact that they hadn't found those fucking tweets from Gascon,
Yep.
like that movie would have swept the Oscars, all because of the virtue signal that it was. So you said, Paul, that there wasn't as much virtue signal as you expected there to be last night, or
Oh yeah, very very little.
I'm kind of surprised.
I'm imagining no trans discussion either, because then that would be the elephant in the room. I bet there wasn't a whole lot of that either, was there, Paul?
Well, there was a great Conan had a great joke on it. It was really quite I mean, it was a pretty good zinger. Basically, he said that that Carla has should not be tweeting anything during the Oscars. I mean, it's something to that.
I actually
effect.
did see that clip.
That
Yeah.
was pretty good.
And if she
And
does,
then he followed it up with a Kimmel,
Yeah.
a Kimmel joke, and at her expense or his expense, whatever, and you could tell that Carla had no idea what that meant.
Beautiful.
It was great. It was a very very funny moment.
Okay.
No, this was a year where I literally, like, the moment the Oscars started, I'm like, I don't care, and I went to bed.
The funny
I
thing
really
was, I
just
had
didn't
no
care.
idea Conan was hosting. I mean, I'm not watching regular television, so I didn't watch any of ABC's marketing for this show.
It was kind of last minute when they announced him, I think, if I remember right, because
Okay.
it felt like it was much later and with as little fanfare as possible. I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to make such a big deal out of it because he was a white boy hosting.
Well, it was. Well, Kimmel's white, isn't he?
Oh
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
but Kimmel's one of them.
Maybe
He's
they would have
Italian.
said they said no Trump jokes, and Kimmel kept pushing and angling for Trump jokes.
That's what I was
And Fallon
thinking,
said,
too.
"No."
They were delayed, right? This was delayed this year. Voting was delayed as well. Wasn't the fires a contributor to that?
Yeah, everything kind of delayed some things, but
True. Yeah.
either way.
Regardless. Yeah.
Let's see what you guys are talking about out there. The Mum says with the $1.99, Captain America Brave New World, almost 50% drop, and Oscars stuck it to he, she.
Yeah, they did.
Well, I wonder what the actual ratings were, because they were on streaming network, I think on Hulu or something this year, I think. I don't know. I didn't watch.
Well, they're on ABC.
Yeah, I know. But see, that's what pissed me off the last few years. I don't know if you recall, one of my last year's gripes was I couldn't find the show to watch it for free. Because I said, this is bullshit, because I can't get it on terrestrial television anymore, because unless you're close enough to a signal, you don't get a signal anymore, unlike it used to be back in the day when you had an antenna, or you could at least get
cable.
it in fuzzy. Yeah, well, fuck cable. I'm not signing up for that.
Well,
shit.
that's not our fault.
No, but I should still be able to get ABC, NBC, PBS, Fox, and NBC free over the airwaves.
But the problem is when they went to digital has less range than the original analog.
Exactamundo, and I already live in the middle of goddamn nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is, cable, you can write that off completely because it's part of your business.
I gotta make money to be able to write shit off, Paul.
True.
See, this is the thing you don't understand, and Mikey keeps reminding me.
To make money?
He's like, you can't write stuff off if you're not making any money.
He's right.
No, it's true. You can't you can't write it off. It's well, yes, you sort of can. If you're an incorporated company, then you can pile up debt to write off later.
He
But
keeps
if
telling me
you're-
hookers don't count.
Well, it depends on whether you're researching Anora or not.
Are you an
I was about
ally?
to say,
Tom?
hi-oh.
Yeah, that's the other thing. The thing that won Best Picture is basically a Pretty Woman ripoff.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yep, it is.
And I saw the clip from that where she's doing her fancy dance. It's like, yeah, no wonder this won Best Picture. That's the problem. The Oscars and Hollywood have become nothing but a depraved fucking sex cult, it seems like.
Bunch of perverts.
Yeah. Like, that's why I think most people have just kind of turned off of it.
Well, they just haven't had films that people could root for. That's the bottom line.
Would you say any fan audience favorites won last night, Paul?
Well, if the Oscars knew what they were doing, then they would have at least put Dune 2 versus Wicked as the two front runners for Best Picture.
They kind of were almost, but we almost just expected them not to win.
And the thing is, if I've mentioned this many times, the Oscars need to, I mean, Oscars have always been a popularity contest, but back in the day, a studio could make something that was good and popular and successful all at the same time.
Yeah.
And that was the key. Nora, and again, in my video, it made, with $6 million budget, made $33 million. I mean, that's all fine and dandy from an independent perspective, but they didn't promote it well enough. And maybe it wasn't the kind of populist film that would have had wide interest at all. And then you've got the Timothée Chalamet movie, which on his probably on his own shoulders, I think it made $170 million, but that was because of him, because he's a genuine star.
Well, and I just can't believe Nosferatu got as snubbed as it
No,
did.
that was depressing. Even the set decor, but it was up against, I think, Wicked on set design, and that was no shameful loss.
And that would have been fine, but like I agree with you. Like the handful of movies that should have been up for Best Picture, there's like a few that shouldn't have been there, and a few that should have been there. But we'll get into all that.
Yeah,
in just a few
Nosferatu
minutes.
should have been there.
Yeah, I don't understand why it wasn't.
Nickel Boy's fine, but it grossed $3 million. It shouldn't have been there at all. I mean, the Oscars are a popularity contest, and everyone needs to get over the fact that, oh my God, but there's quality and this and that. No, they just have to go back to it being a popularity contest.
Well, I don't know if it's a popularity contest so much as it's a virtue signaling contest.
That's
than
what it's
anything
become
else.
now. It used to be a popularity. Now it's a virtue signal contest. I'd almost wish we could go back to the popularity contest.
Yeah, even though we complained about it at the time, we now see the value of it.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
It's why we joke about the fact that, damn, I wish Hollywood went back to
Cocaine and capitalism.
and blow, hookers and blow.
Well, that's why I said cocaine and capitalism, hookers and blows, same difference.
So, but the it didn't win, right? A Complete Unknown didn't win anything.
No, didn't
No,
win.
it did not.
Nominated 8 times, did not win anything.
Nothing.
Demi Moore also lost, right?
And that
Yeah.
was an
I was kind of
interesting
surprised by that. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought she got robbed of all things. It's like this, not to say you can't be like a relatively unknown actor who wins an Oscar or anything, but I thought of all people, Demi Moore didn't get an Oscar for that. Okay.
Well,
she was dressed like a winner. I did see a photo of her.
My theory is that she had kind of disappeared from the scene for too long to make it a what would you call it? A pity award.
Yeah.
The gap was too great. If she had been doing stuff somewhat regularly between, all through, this part of her career, then then again, more people would know who she is. There's a ton of young people who had no idea who Demi Moore was.
Well, sure, but there's a lot of people that don't know who Mickey, what's her name, is either.
No, but
and
she's
Demi Moore's sort of like a comeback arc would have been a great story too. After taking so much time
but they
off.
didn't play that, and I think they should have, and that would have been a great win because she really kicked ass in that movie. But on the other hand, the Honora girl, I think, is a genuine up and coming star. So
I feel like there's something about Demi Moore that she can't play, or maybe she has and I don't know about it, but she can't play any roles where there's not a glamour aspect to it. Do you know what I mean? It's like even the role she was playing in Substance, she's a former starlet, but she's still quite lovely to, in appearance, just an older woman, but she's never played something where she just looks like hell.
Well, did you see the movie?
Nope.
Oh, they turn her into hell.
Okay.
Oh
Well,
my God, they make her.
I don't know.
Blog,
then she also looks like she's had a lot of
blog
work.
creature.
Oh God, I have no. Okay, is that a spoiler?
Yeah.
Okay. I need to check it out then. But I don't know. She just always appeared so well put together. I don't know.
The other problem was that out of the $77+ million it made, it only 11 of it came from North America. That could also factor into it.
Really? I
Yeah.
had no
Mhm.
idea. It was getting a lot of marketing hype here that I saw.
Yeah, but it was the rest of the world liked it. It was not a popular film in North America,
Interesting.
and that could have been part of it too.
And that includes Canada.
Yeah, we're considered America in the
Okay.
film distribution business.
Sure.
Well, it's part of the.
Well, isn't
North
that
American
technically because it
market.
was a streaming movie or something like that, or am I wrong?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I hate to break everybody's heart, but I mean, Demi Moore's never been that great of an actress to
No, I
begin
agree.
with.
Totally.
I mean, she was basically playing herself from what people were saying. in this movie.
That's what.
And-
Yeah. Okay.
And Netflix had the most award nominations for distributor. That's FYI.
But 13 of those were with Emilia Perez.
The problem, yes, the problem in the bill.
Emilia Perez won 2 Academy Awards.
Well, actually, wasn't that supporting actress? That was predictable, lady.
Yeah, well, because she also won the Golden Globe. And,
yeah,
and
exactly.
a
You
couple
kind of
of
just
other
needed
things.
to look. Yeah, you kind of just needed to look at the Globes and BAFTA to have an idea what you.
Yeah. And my favorite part of her speech, which was wretched, including her outfit, was where she said that she's the first American of Dominican background to win. I went,
Oh boy.
okay.
How many
does that
asterisks
mean-
can we get here?
Yeah. Does that mean that someone 5th generation Irish with a bit of Moroccan should go up there
Yes.
and pronounce the fact that I'm the first 5th generation Irish with a bit of Moroccan on my mother's side to win? I
There
mean,
may even be a bit of native in there. We don't know.
and my other favorite stupid moment was the Whoopi and Oprah doing the Quincy Jones piece, which was great. He certainly deserved a moment. But she went, I can't remember her exact words, but, this is a great moment for, Black artists. I'm going, what the fuck? He was a star on any, it had nothing to do with
Another
his-
example of people when I say people are always like, oh, this and that was always so racist. Like, you do
No,
realize
but that was
Quincy Jones
racist.
got
What
to be
she
Quincy
said was
Jones.
racist.
Yeah,
She turned him into a DEI hire.
Oh,
exactly.
gosh.
Like it was Quincy Jones was a mega talent that transcended anything to do with race.
Exactly.
But Whoopi had to, turn it into black excellence, as opposed to the guy's just excellent. It's just so.
It does kind of diminish it to label it black excellence, doesn't it? It's
Doesn't
just,
it?
Why
Yeah.
can't it just be excellent?
Nope. Just.
I mean,
just-
you could
Can
have
you
just
imagine
said
someone
something.
saying white excellence? Come on. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we're beyond the race labels. I wish.
I mean, you could have brought up that he was a pioneer in black composing. That you could have maybe brought up, because I would imagine he probably was one of the first
Who are we telling everyone
film
he's black
composers.
for? I mean,
Yeah,
who
but
are we
you know
I
what?
mean,
telling?
that's just
no one-
it. But other than
No
that, who
one
cares?
thinks of him as black. It's
No.
it's irrelevant.
But if you know who he is, you already know he's black. Why do we
Yes.
need to say he's black anything? Because
What a shock, eh, Chris? Oh my God! Thank you for pointing that out. I'd never.
I mean, do they do that for Morgan Freeman? Here comes an excellent black actor to give this soliloquy for.
No, see, that's the thing is all the people they ever did acknowledge before, it was never a thing before.
Yeah.
Right? They never brought up the fact about Denzel or Morgan Freeman or anybody else winning these Oscars in the past, 20, 30 years, or even Sidney Poitier from back in the day. Right? And I'm not saying that it hasn't been lopsided to a
apologize.
point, but there's no apology to be made for this, right? Like I've always said, the cream rises to the top. Like if the world was as racist as they all claim it is, then Bill Cosby wouldn't have been the highest paid actor in the 80s. Will Smith wouldn't have happened and wouldn't have been the highest paid actor in the 90s and the highest paid actor last year.
I know, but I didn't mention it to get into this.
No,
this
I know,
polemic.
but as long as
No,
that's
the
the only
point-
thing that
Yeah, the point is that it's irrelevant
Right.
to begin with, and even more irrelevant when you're talking about Quincy Jones.
Well, I
Right.
mean, it was relevant when Hattie McDaniel won. Okay,
Yeah.
let's get on. We're at the
Let's move on.
97th annual awards now.
Exactly.
Okay? Come on.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. But if you're of Dominican origins, that
That's a big deal.
I'm
That-
sorry.
that
Old
is-
gamers.
This clip was taken from Midnight's Edge in the Morning, which streams live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific Time on the Midnight's Edge main channel. There, you can send in your live questions and comments before clips and full stream replays are uploaded to Midnight's Edge live archives. We are also on Twitter, Rumble, Odyssey, and Facebook, so smash that like, help share, subscribe, and join us.